You can plan the adventure, study the maps, and picture every mile ahead. But planning only prepares your mind. It's that moment you leave comfort behind and step into the unknown that exploration truly begins. Well, not sure what happened, but my dash is lit up like a Christmas tree and I cannot move. Got check engine light, ABS, traction control, sway bar kicked off. Every time I try to put it in gear, it says shift to park. No idea. I'll try shutting it off. A little scared to now saying not in park. But it's in park. This is not ideal. Trying to find camp for tonight. Really hoping I don't have to camp here. No idea, never had this happen. It's only got 37,000 miles on this thing. So I don't know, maybe mess around with some fuses or battery, or I don't even know. I'm just gonna shut it off for now. Maybe check my battery. Some fuse connections would be ideal. It's got to be something electrical though. Everything seems tight. Get my meter out, see what we got for voltage at least. Showing 12.6, got good voltage. I don't see anything loose. Try checking some fuses here. No idea. Make sure everything's tight would be the first idea. Those relays were pretty loose, actually. Damn, all of them were pretty loose. All the relays, pretty much every one of them. Fuses seem okay. We got good there. It's fully charged. I'm not worried about my alternator at all right now. You see if that did anything. Nothing different. All the lights are on. Might try pulling the battery cables off, doing a reset or something. I do have the Taser Mini in here, a little programmer thing. I've never really used it for diagnostics, but might try to figure that out, how to open that up and try it out. I know how to program all the Jeep settings, so it shouldn't be too bad, but I've never used it for issues because I've never had any in this thing. So there is the codes. Lucky for me, I've got Starlink up and running. That is an awesome tool out here when you're by yourself. Here's a good reason why. I'm gonna look up those codes and see what we got. All right, so everything is pretty all over the place. Wheel speed sensors, anti-lock brake sensors. One code is from when the vehicle shut down. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna try just clearing them. All right, it says they're all cleared. Hope I can get this going so I can find camp. Well, it's doing it again. All right, I unplugged the battery, let it sit for a bit. I'm going to try to reset these alarms one more time. See if it stays clear. Maybe the little reset helped. All cleared. Start it up. Alarms are gone. Two-wheel drive. See what happens. I'm on the main road to where the camp is now. There's a little offshoot I want to get to get down there, but I'm gonna see how well this goes. So far it's holding up, which is the farthest I've made it so far. There's some bumps here, see if that does anything. Pretty sweet view there. All right, still holding up. It would have went off by now. Maybe that worked. Maybe. So far, it looks good. Now, hopefully, next time I talk to you, is a camp. made it to camp finally. A little later than I wanted to, but that's all right. The alarms on the dash never came back on, so that was good. Thought I'd get a fire started before I start cooking supper. Luckily, I've got a pretty easy supper for tonight. Just a ribeye steak and a salad again. Kind of like my last couple videos. It is my favorite, so I don't mind cooking the same thing multiple times. Pretty windy out earlier, but things are starting to die down. I was kind of worried I wasn't going to have a fire tonight, but we should be good. Pretty clear right here and a lot of snow, so should be all right. Some of this is a little wet. I'm out here in the Roosevelt National Forest again. I'm really close to the Wyoming border. I'm on the Colorado side, but just right off of the Wyoming border here. Next to this reservoir. It's pretty dry now, but I imagine summertime it looks pretty cool. I'll have to come back to this spot. Obviously, as you've seen today, did not really go as planned. I was hoping to get here a lot earlier so I could have more time to cook in the daylight, but that did not work due to the issues with the Jeep. But at least we're here. Hopefully tomorrow getting home is good to go. wife bought me that little jet boil for Christmas. If you watch my other videos, I usually use that Blackstone with the grill on one side and the whatever stove thing on the other side. But when it's just me, I don't really need a whole lot. This is good for little small meals. Try breakfast on it in the morning, but so far I like it a lot. I think I'm gonna put that fire out actually. I don't want to get too carried away with it when the gust hit. But I'm gonna heat this up. Might sit by that for a little bit if I don't put it out. If not, I'm going inside. It ain't too cold out. It's probably, what's a watch say, 32 degrees. Anyways, eat this and go inside. Let that simmer for a bit and put some more on it.
All right, so
Good morning. Hopefully you can hear me all right. It is extremely windy again. It was supposed to die off this morning, but it is not. It did last night for a little bit. Slept pretty well, stayed warm. Sleeping bag I got is very nice. They don't need any heat or nothing. Although waking up in the morning is a little rough when you peek your head out. I was gonna cook some breakfast, just a sausage and egg scramble right here. But the way the wind's blowing from this way, kind of messing with my heat probably, so I'm gonna move the other side of the Jeep with a little table, just kind of cook off the ground, get out of the wind. And then after that, I'm just gonna get out of here. There's a couple trails I want to check out to map for Onyx when the snow clears. I don't do any mapping when the snow on the ground because it's hard to see the terrain and whatnot, so I usually come and scope it out in the winter and map it in the spring when everything clears up. So do some scouting after this and then head home. I'm not too far away from home, about hour 20 is all, so should be a pretty easy day. Hopefully the Jeep holds up with all those alarms and whatnot. If you guys know anything, let me know in the comments if you got any ideas. I'm thinking it's that wheel speed sensor though. Hopefully it just got jarred around when I hit that log. So anyways, gonna get to cooking and I am out of here. So thanks for watching again. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel. I got more coming. Probably do a walk around on this rig here pretty soon. Kind of show you what I use for all my camping items. I know you see in the video, but I don't do a whole lot of talking about it. So thought about doing that for a video coming up. A few other ideas in the works as well. So thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.